today I would like to introduce how the AI is going to change the travel mechanism, basically how the customers are going to make a reservation based on the IHTF. To ask if we are actually managing the channels, the OTAs, or are we actually feeding the algorithm so the AI can locate you and then spot you to suggest to book your hotel for the users. And we all know that there has been the change of the booking eras. Then the first stage was simply everything was direct booking. There was no commission. They would just call you, or they see you on some kind of website or a blog or a cafe, anything. So it has been pretty much everything was manual. You make a reservation, you receive a phone call, you receive the email fax, and you register that person for the reservation on your TMS. That was pretty simple. Zero cost, very low cost, and then no really small interaction with the guests. And then in the early 2000s, and those mega OTAs appeared on the website. We call it platform, and then we can name that Booking.com, Agoda, Trip.com. Those OTAs, the online travel agencies, changed the meta of reservation of a hotel. So, and it brings new costs. You're paying the commission, maybe 10%, 50%, and then you have to pay the promotion fee if you want to be on the top of the list. That can cost maybe $1,000, $5,000, depending on which promotion you want to participate. But now, we are in the era that we can reduce all that cost, and we can fight with the data that we have. And today, I'm going to represent you how we can win the selection and how we can win fighting over the OTA. So this is how the AI is going to work. Basically, the user is going to enter the script, the prompt. Okay, find me a family-friendly hotel, 4-star, located nearby Singapore Bay Marina, with a pool, and my budget is $300. So then AI is going to basically do the action instead of the human. We used to go maybe on Google, maybe in Yahoo, or some kind of website to search for a hotel nearby Marina Bay Sands. Then AI would do the same thing. They would go to Google, type the script prompt, and then it's gonna compare the results. If the price is falling under $300 that I asked, and then if the hotel has 4-star rate, has a pool, is it family friendly? Everything is going to compare on the website and then brings the result. So now, but AI is not going to just give the result, but it is going to make a reservation instead of the users. So, and we know that this is not just a theory, we know this is happening. We always talk about in the future tense when we talk about the AI is going to replace the AI. But this is happening, so we need to change the tense. This is present. And the industry adoption has happened earlier in this year. I think it was in August or September, Booking.com and OpenAI, they released the service that you can go to ChatGPT and type a prompt, okay, find me a hotel on Booking.com, I want this condition. And it will appear the screen, it will pop up the screen and then do the exactly same behavior you would do on the website, on the Chrome or Safari that you're using. And so that means the technology is ready and it's already here. And then the second stage, how it is going to complete the transaction. How is it going to make you pay, make the payment? And the Gemini and the OpenAI, they actually launched the payment protocols. This is a new payment gateway. So this is going to enable the users to pay the fee, to pay the hotel rates on the LLM AI agent model, and then AI agent model is going to confirm on behalf of the users. So now, what do we need to do? We used to have just one competitor, maybe multiple competitors, but the field was very limited. So we need to find the information and data how our competitor hotels are behaving in the certain seasons. So now we need to know that there are some other competitors that we have to win. So in the old legacy, when we compete with another hotels, there was pretty simple. we just need to provide the important keywords so that guests can spot you. Because the guest spotting the information from the website. So now the AI is going to spot the keywords and then identify the hotel if this is fulfilling users' requirements. And then secondly, now we're competing against the OTAs, which is going to be very tough. But today I'm going to tell you how we can win the OTA. We know they're playing with the margin cut. They lower the price, they lower their margin, and just provide the lowest rate to the guests so they can win within their competition. So for example, Agoda needs to beat Booking.com or Trip.com, Google Hotels. So they would, within their 15% commission, for example, they can lower their rates by 15%. So for example, in terms of Agoda, if they cut the margin by 15%, they are not making any money, but they win the competition against Booking.com or all other OTAs. So now they have a good traffic, so people will gather together on Agoda, and as their traffic is going higher, now they can start building their profit by lowering the margin. So if it used to be 15%, now they are going to lower by 14, 13, 12%, so on. And now they're making profit of 1 to 3%. Then, when the AI is here, then what do we need to do? We need to make the AI to trust your data. Your data meaning, it's not if you really have a pool. If your hotel is really family friendly, it's not about that. It's about what you have, and then how the AI will believe that you do have a pool, that your hotel is 4-star, that your hotel is family friendly. It's pretty simple. When I speak the same thing over and over again, then I'm going to I need to okay, so if I say the identical vocabulary or sentence, or consistently say exactly the same thing in this stage, then you, at the end of my speech, then you're going to trust me, whether it's wrong or not. So we're going to do the exactly same thing to the AI. We're going to feed the algorithm. We're going to have a pool, not just to the AI. We're not directly speaking with AI, but we're spreading our data on the web, across the web. So that as AI is crawling on the web, then it's going to identify that, okay, according to the Google, according to the Booking.com, Trip.com, Booking.com, okay, your hotel has a pool, and it is family friendly. Now it has a higher trust. So AI will decide to suggest this hotel to the user because AI trusts that your hotel is fulfilling the guest requirements. Now then what we need to focus is that we need to avoid the conflict data. We need to provide consistent and exactly the identical data across the web. So AI does not make any conflict within your hotel information. And let it trust your data, whatever facilities you have, whatever service you provide. The next one is you need to win. As you win the selection over your competitive hotels, then AI will suggest the user with a certain link, or it is going to complete the payment, the reservation. Then which link, which website, which platform will AI make the payment, which transact the payment? Of course, in common sense, I would recommend the lowest rate to fulfill or provide the best optimized selection for the users. We wouldn't, AI or I wouldn't recommend certain hotel with even though it's the same condition, I wouldn't recommend with a higher rate. I would recommend the lowest rate. That's pretty common sense. And AI would do the same thing. So we need to provide the lowest rate compared to what you provide to your OTAs. So it's pretty simple. Your commission, your cost to maintain your own booking engine, the entire cost is only 2 to 3% the payment gateway fee. So as we maintain that cost, as we can make enough profit to cover the cost, then your rate is going to be at least like 10 to 12% lower than the price that you provide to other OTAs. So now you're winning the price over the new competitor set, which is the OTAs. So now I've been saying that we need to provide identical and consistent data across the multiple channels. It doesn't have to be local channels, global channels. Everything will count as the same website. So you don't have to limit yourself just the mega OTAs, but you can also use the Google hotels combined. Or there's like a big OTAs mega channels in Korea called Yanhoja, Yeongyate, and My Hotel. There's so many OTAs in Korea, probably same in Singapore or wherever you're from. There are local OTAs. Use the channels. Even though you're located in Singapore, you don't have to use the Singapore OTAs. You can use Korean OTA, Japanese OTA, Chinese OTAs, or US OTAs. Doesn't matter because the AI will crawl the same. They will acknowledge the language difference. They can automatically translate your data and realize that you are providing the identical and consistent data across the web. So what we can offer you, our system called ONDA Hub, is doing exactly what is required to feed the AI algorithms. So we're right now connected with 70 channels, 70 OTAs, including the mega OTAs that I've been mentioning, Trip.com, Agoda, Airbnb, Booking.com, Hotels Combined, Google Hotel, and all other Korean OTAs, and we have more on pipeline targeted for Chinese tourism, Japanese tourism, or even the Southeast Asia tourism. So then you get the first important note, identical consistent data that you need to provide across the web. That's the first goal that we need to proceed in the future. Actually, probably starting from tomorrow. Then you are already meeting the requirements for that. And then the next one is the direct booking engine. Usually, if you are not using your own booking engine, unless you develop your own booking engine, there should be the maintenance cost, or sometimes there is commission that you need to provide to the software development company. But if you have your own booking engine, the only cost is the payment gateway fee, 2 to 3%. And if you receive your booking engine from like outsourcing, then there should be more cost. But ONDA is providing the both. So we have the GDS, the ONDA Hub, global distribution system for the consistent and identical data providing. And then secondly, our booking engine is costless. There is only the payment gateway fee, which is only 2 to 3%. So now you have that budget. You can fight against the OTAs as well. And why don't we recommend our system? It's because not ONDA is my company, but we've been doing this over decades right now. So right now we're managing about 40,000 properties in Korea, and it includes some global hotels as well. So 40,000 properties, that's a lot of data. We're connected with 70 channels, over 70 OTAs, and 40,000 properties that we're managing, which becomes almost 300,000 data sets. That means if AI crawls the web, they can find on this data 300,000 data. That's a lot. So that gives us the website authority. Let's think about this. If you're Googling, if you want to search some data or information on the web, would you trust something from an article, like newspaper article, or something from the blog, or from the Reddit? There is a website authority we already know that I would trust more the article than Reddit or the blog. And AI decides the same thing. Okay, who provides the data? What's the source of this data that I'm looking at? The AI will think about it, and it will recognize, okay, the data source is coming from ONDA, and it's been sending us 300,000 data at least. So ONDA's website trust authority is going higher. Now, it's going to make a really good circulation, and it gives us ONDA big benefit because we are providing the rich data to the website, across the website. Then AI will trust us and then select our data. Then our authority goes up, and then we are going to be able to provide more data, and then AI selects ONDA, and then our authority goes up again. So now it's going to give us a good circulation, and then very good privilege for ONDA to compete over other channel manager or even the OTAs. And this ecosystem is building the single source of trust. Let's think about you're managing at least 10 OTAs. If you have done it, it's going to be a big issue because let's say you have a new promotion for launch set starting from the maybe 10 days before the Christmas and then January 10th. For all the guests, you're going to provide a welcome drink or launch promotion, complimentary. You have to upload the data, upload the information, promotion information across the 10 OTAs. So you need to log on to each extranet of each OTA and then just probably copy and paste the same contents. That's a lot of work. And you have a renovation for your hardware, the hotel room or spa service, pool. Yes, you need to notify the guests that your facilities temporarily down within certain period. But ONDA Hub does not work that way because you are only using ONDA as your data source, and then our ONDA is the data tunnel. So you input your information, your data, just once on ONDA, and then we automatically distribute in the real time. Yeah. So we become the single source of trust, and you upload content once, ARI just once, and you will get the result of that identical and consistent data all over the web. And we realize that this is our weapon. The number of channels connected to ONDA Hub is going to give us a big privilege, and it is going to provide beneficial for our clients, like hotels. So that's why we are working closely with OTAs, not just Korea, but Southeast Asia, China, Japan, and including the American OTAs. So today, we now learn how the guests we know how guests behave, but we don't know how AI works and how they behave. If you have been managing the OTAs, managing channels manually, or if you're using the channel manager, you're just synchronizing your ARI just only. But ARI is not an issue anymore. We need to focus more on how to manage, how to feed the AI algorithm, so we can win over the selection over your hotel competitors and win the rates over your OTA competitors. Now, so we need to stop managing each single channels, but we need to start feeding the AI. That is the only way you can win over your competitors in the era 3 that I just mentioned. And this is not going to happen, but this is happening right now at this moment. Thank you.
Looks like we do have a question for you there, Jace. So if OTAs worth billions in R&D and legal support have not implemented bookings via AI and rather have AI as part of the guest experience only, I'm not sure what that means. I'm guessing that the first part is sort of, if you have a view on sort of whether OTA is worth billions, how implemented bookings via AI? And if they haven't, why they might not have done that?
Probably, I'm assuming the question is, OTA would invest billions of dollars on R&D to build and come up with their own AI, right? If I'm assuming. So, AI is not coming up within 1 second. I think the OpenAI launched their service like it's been maybe 2 years, 3 years, and then Google, Claude AI. Every AI service came, but the point is if they have their own model. Building a model is not an easy job. OpenAI, we think they came up with in like 5 years of research, and then Google saw they are releasing the LLM, the AI, and they start developing it. But no, they've been doing it for decades, over the decades. That's why how Google could react so quickly to the OpenAI. So even though the mega OTAs build their own model, own AI, it is going to take some time, and then they are going to miss the opportunity, their competitors. That's why Booking.com launched a beta service with the OpenAI, because they knew it is going to cost a lot, take some time, and then meantime, your competitor, Expedia, may cooperate with OpenAI or Gemini. Then Booking.com will lose the competition within the AI era. That's why they need to collaborate instead of coming with a new model.
So by that, do you mean you think they've missed the boat to actually develop their own? It's too late.
I don't know how R&D team in Booking.com is good. Probably they can afford it, they can do it if they want to, but then you have to wait for years. Why? Your competitor is working with AI directly and then start the market share, taking over the market share. You don't want to wait. Maybe Booking.com is thinking, this is assumption, this is not my personal opinion. Booking.com, maybe they're thinking to build their own AI while working with OpenAI. So for example, their contractual term is 5 years. Maybe at the end of the contract, Booking.com will release their own AI. We never know.
Any further questions for James? No. In that case, could we all give him a round of applause for the fantastic session?